It's been 2 weeks since I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Mega 6.3 as my daily driver. So while preparing for the full review, I would like to show you some useful features found on the Galaxy Mega 6.3. I'm Warren from klgadgetguy.com. Let's get to it. Using the Samsung Galaxy Mega 6.3 as my daily driver is an unusual experience. I don't usually use phones that are larger than 4 inches, and this is an exception. This is how it looks like compared to a 4.3-inch device. So as you can see, the phone is really big and it is categorized under the phablet category. Although the phone is big, it feels great in hand thanks to the thinness of the phone and also the rounded edges of the Samsung Galaxy Mega 6.3. So let me show you on some of the features that I found very useful on the Samsung Galaxy Mega 6.3. So as you turn on the screen, you will find a very similar lock screen interface opposed to the Samsung Galaxy S4. So what you can do with the lock screen is that when you swipe to the right, for example, you get to have your music playlist. And if I swipe to the right again, I get my emails. Right, I get to see my mailbox without unlocking the screen. And if I swipe to the right again, this is the remote control to control my TV. There is an IR blaster up there that is able to control your television. Right, so let's swipe to the right again, and here comes the answer. It is actually called lock screen widgets that you can enable on your Galaxy Mega. Right, so if I would like to add a widget, what I need to do is I tap on the add button. Let me just open the screen again, and we press on the add button, and it gives you a few options, right, from clock, personal message, until, it even supports apps like Groupon and until news. You can put all these lock screen widgets on the lock screen, which is very neat. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try to use one finger to control the lock screen widgets. Right, let's try out. As you can see, I don't have very large fingers, but I'm still able to use the Galaxy Mega. Right, so I love the Mega 6.3. That's just a funny message, right? So I'm going to use my thumb over here to swipe to the right again, and left. Okay, so if you swipe to the left again, and I programmed some applications over here that I want to launch, and you can still add on apps as well. Right, so definitely one-hand usability is possible, right, on using the Galaxy Mega's lock screen. So let's try to unlock the device. See, it's that easy. The next thing that I would like to note is that there is a feature from the Galaxy S4 that is being implemented on the Mega 6.3. So if I hover my finger around the screen, you get a light. As you can see, there is a light filtrating my finger. Right, this is actually Air View, a feature of the Samsung Galaxy S4. Right, it is actually available on a mid-range device such as the Mega 6.3, and this feature is really needy. It's really needy because you have a large screen and you definitely need such kind of feature. One of the features of Air View is that it is able to preview contents on your phone. However, it is limited to a few applications such as email. So assuming I'm on my email screen, I'm holding my phone in one hand, right? So let's not use two hands, we are going to use one hand. And I'm going to point my finger to one of the emails that I received. So I point to here, and as you can see, I can see the preview of my email without even touching the screen. And I can say that the Air View is very sensitive. So if I go down to another few emails, yep, point here, yep, here comes the Air View. It's kind of difficult to do it over camera, but if you are using personally, it is very easy to control. When you are in the gallery of the Mega 6.3, you can also use Air View to take a peek at what pictures you have inside that folder. For example, I'm going to point my finger to camera roll. So let's point over here, and you can see there is actually a preview of my albums. And when I select one of the pictures, I'm going to tap on this one. Right, let's do Air View again, and I'm going to tap on this one. And it directly goes to that picture that I've actually pointed, which is very useful. Right, when I use one finger to control the phone, it is actually possible. This is the video gallery of the Mega 6.3. So Air View also supports some features in here. So for example, I want to take a look at what the video actually is. I can actually hover my finger over to a video and it starts playing. Right, it starts playing without even pressing it. So let's play a video. Okay, and the video starts, and if you can see, I'm just going to hover my fingers over here and I can see the progress bar. Right, I can see what is the scene at that progress. You know, it's very useful. It's similar to the function of the S Pen on the Samsung Galaxy Note 2, but with this one you are actually able to use your fingers, and the screen senses, and the screen really senses your fingers, which is kind of cool. Another thing that you can do with the Samsung Galaxy Mega's media player is that you can control your volume and the screen brightness without pressing any buttons. So for example, I'm using my right hand to touch on the screen. So when I press on it and I drag up and down, this controls the volume of the video. Right? If I use my left hand, I'm able to control the brightness of the screen. So you can see the bar comes up, I'm able to control the brightness. So Samsung has really thought well out on a big screen on what you can do with fingers. Samsung really understands that there is definitely a difficulty in using a big phone. So they have created a one-handed operation setting in the settings page. So when we go inside, we have one-handed operation for keypad and in-call buttons, calculator, and the unlock pattern of the lock screen. So at the moment we have enabled one, which is the keypad and in-call buttons, which I find that is one of the most useful ones, right? So if we go to the keypad over here, the phone application, and you can find that it is currently on the right. So if I'm using my left hand to hold the phone, I'm just going to tap this button and the keypad comes over here, so I can just dial my number and I press call, right? And I just press call and I can dial the number. For example, let me call the customer service, right, 123, press call. See, all the controls are actually over here. I can end call, I can add speaker, mute, headset. Right, another thing that I would like to mention here is that when you're in a call, you can actually do something like equalizer, right, personalized call sound. When we tested this one, there's basically no difference on our hearing side. But as for the recipient side, they definitely hear some difference. When we use clear sound, they find that our voice is too sharp. If we use something like personalized for the right ear, and they find that the sound is really clear, right? Very comfortable to. When you have a big screen, what you really want to do is to multitask on the screen. And Samsung has really thought of that as well. So if you hold on to the back button, and you will find that there will be a pane coming up right here, having the apps that you are able to do multi-window. Right, for example, I'm going to open Facebook. Right, I drag the Facebook icon onto my screen, and there comes Facebook. Right, so assumingly I would like to browse on the web as well on my phone without shutting down the Facebook app, I can do that as well. Tap on the button again, and I choose my browser. I hold onto it, and I drag down. You see, I can drag up or down. So I'm going to put here, and my browser opens up. Okay, you see, the Samsung Galaxy Mega 6.3 is really no slouch in terms of multitasking. It can really do things in a very fast method, right? The processor, the Qualcomm Snapdragon processor really does a good job over here in multitasking. The last feature that I want to show you is voice control. So in the settings here, we have voice control over here. When we tap inside, as you can see, we have a few options for voice controls. For incoming calls, you can just say comments such as answer or reject, right, to answer a call or reject a call. And alarm, you can stop and snooze just by saying the word stop or snooze. Camera, say smile, cheese, capture and shoot, and music controls as well. Let's do some tests on the camera app. So when I go into the camera app, and make sure I have voice control enabled by tapping on the settings side here, and make sure the microphone does not have an X on it. So I'm going to try to take a photo. I'm going to enable flash to let you see if the camera really takes photos by listening to my sound. So I'm going to turn the phone to the back, and I'm going to say cheese. See, it takes pictures. Really cool, really fantastic. Right, so I should have other comments such as right? Take pictures. Let me try again. Let's go back to the camera app, and I'm going to say another command called smile. Yes, it takes pictures. Very cool, right? So really, you don't really need 2 fingers to operate the Samsung Galaxy Mega, as it really has a few built-in features that you usually use. So this has been a quick overview on the special features found on the Samsung Galaxy Mega 6.3. Do stay tuned to our full review coming up soon, and remember to give us a thumbs up if you like what you saw. And remember to like our Facebook page at KL Gadget Guy and visit our website at www.klgadgetguy.com for more gadget reviews, tips and tricks, and editorials as well. That's it for now.